Good afternoon, class. My name is Darrell Nelson. I'll be your instructor for today. First of all, before we get started, is the lighting okay?
Yes, sir.
Is the temperature at a comfortable level?
Yes, sir.
If you have to go to the restroom, if you go out to the doors, you have a restroom to your left and to your right. And in the front office, there's refreshments, there's coffee, there's soda. Okay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Jason Lamata. I'm a captain for the City of Fort Meade Fire Department. I'm over logistics and training currently as of last month. I'm the interim fire chief.
Nice to meet you, Jason. I thank you for joining our class today.
Yes, sir.
Our class is going to be on the Fort Meade Fire Department.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Good evening, commissioners and official and residents. Today, we want to discuss the essential staffing needs of our fire department to ensure we can effectively serve our community of 5,300 residents across 15 square miles, an average of 100 calls per year. We need to assess how many firefighters are necessary for optimal safety and efficiency.
100 calls. 1,000 calls.
1,000 calls per year. I'm sorry.
We get paid for doing nothing.
Right. Understanding our community needs. Our population is 5,300. Our area square miles, 15 square miles. Average call volume, 1,000 calls per year. Staffing recommendations. NFPA, according to NFPA's 1720, suburban areas typically require 0.7 to 1.0 firefighters for every 1,000 residents. Calculation for our population of 5,300. This equates to about 5 to 6 firefighters
Per shift.
per shift. Operational readiness, shift coverage. Our fire department typically operates a 24, 48-hour shift schedule. To have at least 4 firefighters on each shift requires a minimum of 12 to 16 personnel overall to cover leave, training, and other duties efficiently. Minimum staffing levels. NFPA 1710 advises that 4 firefighters should be present on the first response engine. This is an essential for safety during an emergency situation. To accommodate multiple incidents or manage fatigue, more staffing may be necessary. Call volumes consideration. Emergency response context. With an average of 1,000 calls per year, we're looking at around 2.74 calls a day. The nature of these calls, whether medical emergencies, fires, or other incidents, affects how many firefighters we need on duty. Summary of staffing needs. Recommendations of staffing levels. Based on our analysis, we ideally need 12 to 16 firefighters to provide sufficient coverage for our community. Benefits. This level of staffing allows us to maintain an effective response time to ensure operational safety and to address the potential for crew fatigue. Rescue operation insights. Understanding rescue needs. The number of firefighters required can vary based on the victim's size and situation. An average size adult rescue needs 3 to 4 firefighters. Estimated time, 5 to 15 minutes. Morbidly obese adults rescues needs 5 to 8 firefighters. Estimated time, 10 to 30 minutes or more. Factor influences rescue efficiency. Structural conditions complicated building layouts can slow down rescues. Training and equipment. Proper training is vital to execute rescues effectively. Victims conditions, the responsiveness of the victim can affect the speed of the rescue. Communication effectiveness, teamwork, and communications significantly impact the rescue outcomes. Legal considerations, potential liability. If we fail to comply with the NFPA standards and someone gets hurt, the city could be held liable. Standard of care. NFPA Standard of Care Act as benchmark for how many firefighters should be present during emergencies. Conclusion. Need for compliance. Staying compliant with NFPA 720 and prioritizing adequate staffing for critical or minimizing risks of both firefighters and residents. A call to action. I urge commissioners to consider increasing our firefighter staffing levels to meet these needs, ensuring our community's safety and responsibility and capabilities. Question and discussion. I welcome any questions regarding this important matter. Now, class, is there any questions regarding this matter?
So I'm assuming you run a two-man crew.
Yes.
What are some things that you've done to try to mitigate or to overcome the staffing shortages?
We have tried to bring this issue before the commission. I know the commission, or the city manager, I should say, he told us we need to have a case study on how that we could, the statistics on improving and the statistics on if we have those extra personnel, the statistical outcomes of having that staff.
Is there any specific type of equipment that you guys have on the apparatus that kind of helps make you more efficient to overcome some of the downfalls of not having the adequate staffing?
Well, with our two-man engines, we do have a computer-aided technology for our, which is called the SAM Boost. How the SAM Boost works, as if the officer with the two-man engine, the officer usually is the one that gets off and deploys the line, and all the engineer has to do is to engage the truck and pump, and there are two buttons on the side of the nozzle you can press, and that charges the line without having the engineer
at the panel.
At the panel,
okay.
Just that frees up that engineer to assist that captain once the engineer gets stressed.
So basically, the officer gets off, grabs the line, goes to the door, or wherever.
Yes.
And then does what he does his 360, does the size up,
right.
Does the appropriate. By that time, the engineer.
By that time, the engineer should be ready to go. Right.
So
correct.
When they meet back up on the alpha side, you can just get to work basically.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Correct. Is there any other questions?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. This was very informative. I appreciate your time, and it was a very well taught class.
Thank you, Intern Fire Chief LaMotta. Thank you for participating and learning about the city of Fort Meade and some of our,
downfalls,
our issues that we may have.
Okay.
So,
well, it seems that you're doing a pretty good job.
Okay. Thank you, sir.